the West. And I'm about to begin brand new adventure by these people who are appearing on the screen right now. Apparently certain flashing images or light patterns may cause epileptic seizures or something. I don't know, the writing went past too quickly. Yes, I'm about to begin a control adventure. I bought this day one, baby. I know people are all sort of boycotty, but I bought this on the Epic Store. Basically because they had a really good sale, and I was like, screw it, I was going to buy the game anyway, and I'm a bastard who likes playing games. Let's make sure I've got enough volume to turn it up here as well. Seems a little quiet. It might be just subtle. I'm on the controller. I don't know, because it's a sort of third-person action game, I feel like controller makes sense, but I'm not sure. I might switch. Let's just... Okay. My right button doesn't work very well. You really gotta have to press it really hard. That doesn't bode well, does it? Let's see if it's auto-detected. I also bought a brand new graphics card recently, but it's not NVIDIA. I went to AMD, and now I'm like, oh god, did I pick like the worst time to switch? Possibly is the answer to that. What I want is borderless. Awesome. So I can move my mouse off. I can't have ray tracing. Does it detect? We'll keep it on. Oh, there's a couple of lows in there. Should I try and see what medium looks like? Has it guessed already what my thing should be? Because I have no idea. I'm going to put them on medium and hope for the best. Audio. I want a mute copyrighted music. That's really tempting. I'll just deal with it. It's fine. I'm playing on headphones. I want writing on the screen. Subtitles on. Tempted to have them large. Subtitle background? No, I don't think I need to do that. Okay. Let's begin, shall we? New game. Right. Not quite then. Oh, didn't realise it. This is all nice. I didn't need to do any of that. Left icon is not visible, and the middle icon is barely... Okay, well, I didn't know there was a left icon, so that bodes well. Let's go for there. Okay. He is not allowed to be... That's... There we go. It might show up differently on the recording. The new bureau employees often get lost in shifting corridors of the oldest house. When in doubt, look for the green direction signs and consult the tab map. Okay, well, this bodes reasonably well. So I'm playing on PC, and I know Quantum Break, which I played on release as well. I like that I put the dramatic shadows on myself for this one video. It's because I realised I should be lighting.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like We live in a room. And there's a poster on
We live
the
in a
wall.
society.
We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room. And the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie. What is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We are lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world.
Redemption.
We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
Hello?
Sweet.
Hello?
Right. So what else?
Anyone
Oh,
here?
now I think I should be using control. It's just the thing is with using the keyboard, it's tappy next to the microphone as well, which is currently facing the wrong way. So yes, what I was saying was I've been lighting my face when I should have been lighting the green screen, and now I'm trying to compromise because I'm too cheap to buy a third light. Like I'm not made out of money. That's an interesting effect. Is that coming from that circle? Right now, I'm not seeing any dips or anything. Bear in mind, I'm also recording at the same time, but I'm recording on the CPU because I can't get the GPU recording to work without it just breaking. Apparently, OBS just hates AMD. But yeah, this already looks great. But yes, no ray tracing for me, I'm afraid. We'll just have to have these simulated shadows instead, which kind of looks fine. Like I can see that. I mean, yeah, the shadows still look great. Like how it's still a very pretty game. Well, I guess hang on, it's still going to do the technique, isn't it, John? It's just the ray tracing's the most efficient way of doing that technique, or something like that. It's that was a bit weird then. I can't do anything. I'm gonna have a big old look around at everything at the Federal Bureau of Control. I love that that's doing that subtle effect. It's really cool. Right. Ah, screw this is just weird. I'm gonna go home. This area is under 24 hour surveillance. Doesn't look like it. There's no one in to greet me. Hello? Oh, that's neat. I just got the correct... If you just get the correct angle. That's... Is that the case? It is. That's fantastic. So, you'll know of Harry Potter, right? Big famous film, Harry Potter. In Harry Potter, to get... it's a book, obviously, and a film. But in Harry Potter, to get to the train, you have to run into one of the pillars. I'm not massively familiar with Harry Potter, but it's like the 3.5 station, so you run into a pillar and you get to a new train or new station, something like that. But that concept's been used before in one of the Dirk Gently books, where to get to Valhalla, you have to stand in a particular spot, and you have to look in a precise direction. Anyway, was reminded. Bleep bleep. So yes, I'm a big fan of Remedy. I'm a big fan of Sam Lake, but I did buy Quantum Break Day 1 as well. So we've got some collectibles, and let's read them all. Let's read them all obsessively. I do not like that this trigger is not working very well. So we have a house memory. I don't know what that means. House memory, astral blip, entropic echo, threshold remnant, and corrupted sample. Okay. I don't know the clearance levels to. I don't have any board countermeasures, and I don't have any missions. Do have a correspondence. It's a reminder: certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials. Unauthorized weapons, pages, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencils. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypal concept. What? Rubber ducks and ketchup bottles. That's what? How are you gonna get cups? How are you gonna drink coffee? Because you can't even have a crappy paper cup. Because that's doesn't that cover pretty much everything? All material under the Bureau investigation is to be bought in through private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Okay, I don't like that this one. That's what I get for buying a shiny new controller pre-owned. It wasn't a shiny new controller then, was it? Yeah, but it was white. Look how white it is. Okay, so I need a little bit of action before I can determine. Okay, there's an internal lockdown in effect. The building, multiple containment breaches detected. Yeah, I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying this game. That's the type of video you're watching. A guy spent a minute talking about Harry Potter, a series that he's not even that familiar with, before even entering the first room. Are these pictures real? Okay, we're gonna look at the pictures. What does that say? Seek shelter. I could pull out that. Oh, I can sprint. Not before looking at these pictures. What does that say? Casper Darling. Hello, darling. I can't remember any darling joke from Blackadder. Thank you, brain. I mean, most of the jokes was just him calling him darling, and darling just reacting poorly to that. What does that say? Game. It's a can't see. Game about secret agents. And there's a dude sitting on a car with a suitcase. Our bureau at work. That's a janitor there. And of course, Zachariah Trench. Okay, so I know who does Trench's voice because I've read that. I also might know how this game ends because I think I might have had it spoiled for me on Twitter because some people are very, very angry about the Epic Store. But what are you going to do, eh? Dickheads exist and to do dickhead things. That is unlocked, I can tell because it's got an unlock symbol. What's this? Let's open the collectible. It's in collectible, John. Okay, major staffing surveillance. Redacted, data center initiative, construction, redacted, minor. These are the expenditure summaries, by the way. Office equipment, janitorial costs, redacted, mold removal, and HQ livability costs. For costs breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5. For a 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. I'm going to move the controller off the screen. The mouse cursor even. What is this? It's a computer, it's a file. And old analog signal. I suspect we'll see a lot of that.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
Okay. Just oh. Funny every time. Funny to imagine every single time somebody says the word seal that they're talking about the animal. It's never not funny. I'm very easily amused. That seems like where we're supposed to go, so I'm going to go in here instead. Did I? I was like, BAM! I'm opening up these toilets. Yeah, you can't stop me! Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything important in here. The automatic lights were supposed to come on. I mean, I guess that light's on. The lighting's actually really nice. This is a really pretty game. Somebody said, like, I was on the control subreddit and somebody was like, it looks really ugly. Well, they didn't say, it looks very ugly. That was me paraphrasing. They said it doesn't look very good. And I was like, hang on, this is one of those games that Microsoft and Nvidia are going, look at our ray tracing, look at it. And I don't even have it. I'm on medium right now. It looks fantastic. It's got, like, cool shadows. Like, look at that. That's in the ray tracer's... ray tracer? Yeah, that's in the features of ray tracing. Look at the cool shadows. And on Polygon article, they do that. And they go, but puddles don't do the shadows if you turn it off. It's like...
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain
Yeah, they're in
sight.
the Federal Bureau of Control building. You should have looked there. Right. Let's crawl in here. That looked a bit weird. Okay, I don't know how to get in there. We do have the spin button. I mean, it's just a window, isn't it? That's why I can't get in. I'm not sure I like this swing of the camera. I might want it to be a little bit less sensitive. Okay. What are they called? Like bog standard, like flavors with no brands. What's your step? What's your step? Can't find your office. Okay. Oh, there's a thing. Correspondence. I like that it moves some stuff as well. Redacted. Okay, attention all redacted. Redacted, a shark in his redacted. Although secure redacted, permission to redacted, following basic protocol redacted, shoot to kill. Redacted. It's a security order though. A lot of seek shelter. A lot of need to know stuff. How do I get into these other rooms? Oh, the lights have turned off behind me. Oh, it looks like we have a friend. Okay, we've got some R4 reports. Hello. As you should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. You need an extension, please request. If you need an extension, please request a form R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under section 75.2 of the employee manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador. Mr. Salvador? I'm assuming is an inspiration. We're going to see melted clocks. And Mr. Kirkland. Are these all famous names then? Because Kirkland rings a bell as well. And I'm sure there is an artist called Darling. As needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly.
Hello?
As the janitor. We will deal with the janitor soon enough. I'll have a look quick. Oh, there's someone's calculator. Fine.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor.
Ahti.
You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the language.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird.
Whoa!
Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
Lady, he just replied to your thoughts. Okay, welcome to the oldest house. We have a title for the episode, which I'm going to write down here just in case it moves off. Welcome to the oldest house. I'm hoping the act of writing it down will help me remember as well. I know he said elevator. We'll be seeing him again. I mean, obviously, that's how stories work. You don't introduce people just to never see them again, unless you're a hack. I like all these floating particles. Were we... Oh, yeah. Just where we were before. There wasn't an elevator there, was there? I went like there was... No, that was a picture of the janitor. I'm on to you, game. I'll look back at the footage as well. That was the picture of the janitor, wasn't it? That's cool.
The cell. And the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help? Will you help?
Okay, it's slightly worrying that she's overtly aware of our presence. Courtney Hope. Sam Lake. That's what I want to see. Control. Didn't say any of the other actors' names, which I guess is not for the...
Did I lose you there
did,
for a
yes.
moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother,
I didn't.
Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Let's have a look around. So I'm not sure how... This isn't the longest game in the world, but I am faffing, and my recording also adds a load of time to it. But I think I'm going to have 45-minute episodes around that amount, which probably is going to stretch it out a little bit longer. I love these standardized, like, you don't get brands. That's a really good detail. Have a look at these. This trench again. Is that the actor's face? Like a version of it? I'm not sure. Bear in mind, he'll look like Max Payne 3 if that is, but like it could be. I can't tell. So, oldest house discovered. August. I can't see. 1984. August 4th, 1984. Are there allowed game magazines though?
We're starting from the top.
Right, going into the wilderness. You'll notice when we look at that, the pattern happens again, I think. Bureau, security, let's go in there first. And the thing about a game like this is you can't have any glitches because you just go, that's clearly a part of what they're trying to do. Economy. That glitch wasn't a glitch, it was clearly a part of the... What does that say? The retirement issue. We'll tell ourselves it's okay to be old. The oldest man in the world. Okay. Grab this. Approved terminology reminder. Okay, we have a mission now, which is to proceed deeper into the Bureau. Jesse Faden arrives at the oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, to look for answers to the mysteries of her childhood. Okay. Reminder regarding drafting any public-facing material. When penning any notifications of death related to the Willow, AWE, I don't know what that means, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words, phrases to use. In the service of his or her country, regret, proud or pride, and will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid. Alaska, scissors, blood or bleed, loss, as in I'm sorry for your loss, or apologies and sorry, you never apologise. It implies you did something wrong. The weasel language. Okay, we also have... You want to go in there? I'll go in there. What happened to this? Let's go, yeah, boxes! Oh, they sure like having pictures of Trench up. Is it Trench? Sorry, let's remind ourselves to see. Is it actually Trench? Yeah, it is. Trench. Zachariah Trench. So, in Sam Lake's other games, you get Alan Wake. Obviously Max Payne, but I'm trying to think. There's a guy, Hatch. Quantum Break had a person called Hatch. It's all these words that already have meaning. Because the whole point of Hatch is... I mean, that very much feels like a story that never got finished. But it was implied that Hatch knew a lot more. Is that a stapler or an altered item? Don't take office equipment outside the building. Yeah, the whole point is Hatch is like a portal to... Like, he was connected to the portal between two different worlds, essentially. That's why he's called Hatch. Right? I can't read what that says because of the lighting. We'll probably see the poster again, but like when we're shooting stuff, it's going to be harder to see this. Don't read confidential correspondence. It's not just rude, it's illegal. Yeah, I thought I had one of those. How bright do you need this room to be? This game is very pretty. Like. No. You can hear it when I tap and it doesn't do anything. Non-official. Trench. Barbara, I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all of my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trench. That's my impression of Max Payne. Investigate the noise in the director's office. I shall. The office of the director, Zachariah Trent.
Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Oh, it's like a voice. He's following the voice. What a cool effect.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
On the other side of the poster. Okay. I want to try having my graphics higher. We'll keep the shadows on medium. You know what? I'm fine with that being not. Screen space reflections. Reflections. Okay, let's try that. Don't want to break it right before the cool bit's gonna happen. So there seems to be a lot of duality things going on. Everything is simultaneously something else. House is a prison. The gun is lots of things. That was scary. Yeah, I was going to say, do I want it? It seems aggressive.
The same gun. Okay. Now I have a gun.
Right. If I was using mouse, this would be a lot easier, but... Service weapon regenerates ammo automatically when not in use. How do I melee? Oh! That's a good reason to shoot. We're on the astral plane right now. Okay, enemies drop health elements. When damaged, collect health elements to restore health.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Trench. Look at his trench coat. We have a map. Oh my. Ah!
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You stopped it. You. Oh, thank you. That was horror.
Get the fuck away!
Okay. Called Hiss Guards. Okay. Field research on Hiss entity, Hiss corrupted security guard, confidential. The Bureau has many security personnel. The Hiss were quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guards use the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption, while the armoured guards carry pump-action shotguns. They have no observed paranatural abilities, with the exception that certain Hiss guards are protected by shielding of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged Hiss corruption? Does the Hiss... like that. Mature in organic hosts over time? More data is needed. Did the Hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the Hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat-trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later. Though it is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on their use of their weapons, prefer to file redacted for full report. I like that it uses the real photographs of people as well. Like, there was footage of that actual actress. So much is expected from the director, the responsibility, the privilege. We have a service weapon. This object's form... hang on. It's the OOP-1KE. There are no unique procedures required for containment. It's a description or power utility. The object's form is variable. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to redacted. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted, possibly director. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. The process is dictated by the redacted, the board, presumably. Though their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used by the director's office. Popular hypothesis, redacted. Many forms throughout history. Redacted. Mjolnir, Excalibur, Varunastra. All weapons that redacted. That were chosen. Of course, you have to be the chosen one to wield the Mjolnir and Excalibur. I don't know what Varunastra is. Of their wielders. If objects of power are the convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.1 for details. They got this in 1964. What happened in 1964? A bunch of things. We saw this already.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, head of research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Cool. I'm going to let you go here. I don't know how you save. Or even if you do. So I'm just going to pause it on the screen and say that I've been John Fox on Channel John West. I've been having a control adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.